The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
8:15, it's the WSJM Morning Show for Tuesday, August 26th. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. And because it's this day and this time, we talk with Zach East. He's from United Way of Southwest Michigan. He's got his bright orange Detroit Tigers baseball shirt on.
This is my rally shirt. I'm hoping they...
Yeah.
Are they still in the... I can't remember. Is the series with the A's is still today?
Let's see. The Tigers lost to the Athletics yesterday, 8-3. And yes, they will continue their series. The first pitch tonight is at 10:05 p.m.
As it was last night. And I said, no, I'm going to bed. I'm a great Tigers fan, but screw this. I've got things
Not
to do.
that big a Tigers fan.
Yeah, I'm
All
so
right.
sorry.
Okay, that's fine. That's
It
right.
was always nice to wake up and hear Dave Wolf's sports report and disappoint myself that
Yes.
they lost. So
Yeah,
anyway.
well, we hope your rally shirt works.
Yes.
Tell us what's happening with the United Way of Southwest Michigan. You had a big event this last
We
weekend.
did, yeah. I slept all weekend. That was the big event. No, actually, I wish I had slept all
Yeah, no
weekend a
kidding.
little bit because we, all of the staff at United Way and a ton of Whirlpool volunteers, plus staff there, and just volunteers from the community, all helped make the appliance sale a huge success for another
Good.
great year. It's not going to be as successful as perhaps last year when we had it at a different period of time.
Oh,
Try
okay.
new things and see if those things work. And
Why did you hold it earlier?
it was mostly to make sure that the other events, because Whirlpool does, I think, 5 or 6 different events during the year for the United Way campaign. This is the largest one, the Whirlpool appliance sale. But they do plenty of other ones, including a piece of the golf outing that happens in the next little while here. And then there's an auction, there's an apparel sale. There's lots of different things that they do.
So it was
for United Way.
scheduling.
Yeah, and a lot of it was to make sure that we weren't doing the event, the appliance sale, and all the planning and the post work that goes into it near the pledge campaign for all the employees that happens over a span of 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
Which is also a huge undertaking.
Sure.
I mean, we have staff at United Way that it's not their only job, but they specifically work as a team with Whirlpool hand in hand every week to put together things to make sure that Whirlpool is, basically serving their mission of helping the community in any way possible.
Yeah.
And certainly with United Way. So this is one way in which we do that, the appliance sale. As you might have heard in your newscast, we had a $130,000 weekend.
Wow.
Which is just fantastic.
That
we
is.
had over 800 items go out the door.
Wow.
Yeah.
Refrigerators, microwaves. You sold out of
All sorts of
microwaves.
stuffs. Yeah, that and we actually brought in a ton of stand mixers this year as well. There's just a few of them left.
Cool.
A lot of KitchenAid small appliances were sold. We were just discussing yesterday as a team going over some of the numbers, and 75% of the hundreds of Gladiator GarageWork units that we had sold.
Nice.
So there's tons of steel that just went all around Southwest Michigan in people's garages. People just love that stuff.
I do.
I do too, because I actually built, don't ask me to build yours for you, but I probably built like 10 of those shelves. And they're super easy to do.
They are.
But we built a few over at the office to hold a lot of that, because we get tons of deliveries at the United Way office all the time of different stuff, school supplies and other things.
Sure.
And we're constantly just putting it on the ground. And I said, I'm not tripping over this anymore. We're putting it on a shelf. So those sorts of things are all part of what we're in the sale. It was incredibly successful. And if you feel like you missed out because you weren't around or you were busy prepping for school with the kids or whatever the case was, we're going to do an online version of the sale coming up before the end of the year.
Oh, super. Okay.
Yes. So if you go to whirlpoolappliancesale.com, there's a little banner that pops up at the top that asks you to sign up for alerts. I would do that because the majority of the people that we communicate with, and this is literally thousands of emails that we send out every time we have something, those are the folks who get the first word on everything.
Okay. So online sale will happen. We just don't have that date announced yet.
No.
It'll happen before the year, though.
And part of what we're doing right now is that our friends over at Clark Logic, who actually own the space that we have been in at 211 Hilltop, They kicked us out of that space because they're renovating the whole building. If you drive by right now,
lots of work going on.
They've done tons of work to the outside and inside of the building, but they're gutting a great deal of the inside of it at the moment. And the space that we were in for the sale last year, and we use as storage, we moved over to the former Rosbach building, but now we're getting kicked out of that because a new lessee is coming into that space because they're just redoing that space.
That's great.
Which is great for, I'm going to put my chamber hat on for a moment and say it's fantastic for the local economy that all of these spaces that they have taken on they're breathing new life into them, and new people are coming into the area, or they're making expansions because of it. But we're moving around a little bit in order to make sure that we at least have a storage space to kind of deal with the sale later in the year when folks want to come to pick those items up. So
that's fun.
Yeah, so big thanks to Clark Logic, because a big way in which we defer the cost of putting this event together is simply by getting donated space. So a huge thank you to them. And then they also help with the logistics costs as well, because there are trucks coming in from throughout the Midwest that are delivering a lot of those items that came to this sale, much less the weeks of setup and inventory and preparation, and everything had a tag, Ken. Everything had a tag, and all of those tags had numbers.
Did you see tags lying on the floor, and you just go ballistic?
Why is it on the floor?
It needs to be on an appliance.
Yeah.
So successful sale. Online sale is coming up before the year's out, but you have to sign up at Whirlpool Appliances.
WhirlpoolApplianceSale.com.
WhirlpoolApplianceSale.com. What's next? Let's close this out.
So Rake a Difference actually kicks off next week. Everybody is, I think, interested in fall showing up, but perhaps not this quickly, but here it is. But Rake a Difference, for those who don't remember, that is basically 1,300 volunteers from across the 3-county area. Go to senior citizen houses throughout the 3-county area to do yard cleanup, and it's one of the biggest team-building events that Southwest Michigan has throughout the season. We always have tons of folks who call on the first day, seniors that need assistance. We expect it's going to be a greater need this year. We've certainly heard it last year. We just know it's going to be a big need this year. So those phone lines open on Tuesday morning, just after Labor Day. And all the details are at uwsm.org. And the big thing that I need is certainly volunteers. So if you know of anybody from your work group, a church group, maybe you're just an individual and you want to join a team, we will help you do all that stuff. Everything opens again next Tuesday.
Qualifications for forming or joining a team?
Really, we'll take help from anybody, because even if you're, in a wheelchair, you still have value in helping to make sure that these physical activities that need to take place. We have lots of folks from across the 3-county area of all abilities, all ages. Even kids in some cases, if they're out of school for that moment, helping in an afternoon or something after school. We've seen a lot of that. So there's lots of opportunities to really join and be part of this event. And it's truly to make sure that our senior population is well taken care of in Southwest Michigan. We do that in so many different ways with the help of our friends at the Area Agency on Aging and other entities. But this is one way in which we make sure that those who are truly in need, get that assistance that they need. So,
and the website where people can go for more information?
It's uwsm.org.
Okay, and next Tuesday is when the signups for seniors begin.
Yes.
That's Tuesday, right after Labor Day.
We'll also have the volunteer
and the
portal open, which is you just simply go online, you make your profile if you don't have one already, and we'll keep you updated on what you need to do and where you need to go, and we'll even schedule your team to go places that you can go. So if you live in Berrien County and you only want to go to northern Berrien County, we'll deal with that stuff for you.
Yeah. I only want to rake the big leaves. I don't like the little honey locust leaves. Those are the bane of my existence.
Honestly, this is one of the reasons we have a team that puts all of this mapping together of where the volunteers go, and they look at stuff like that. Like who has the high-powered,
leaf blowers
to go to places that have a large need. We actually look at all that. It's incredible.
Zach East, you're incredible. United Way of Southwest Michigan, thank you for the information this morning.
Absolutely.
All right, back in just a moment, Kristen Box. News from the Bear Den is coming up.